Now, as we delve into the roles of local government councils in the resettlement of displaced communities, we are honored to have with us a distinguished guest who is at the forefront of local government administration in the state. Subun Maimele, the Commissioner for Local Government and Emirate Affairs, now joins us to shed light on these pressing issues. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you on Panorama today.
Thank you very much.
Now, what are the expected roles of a third tier of government in the resettlement process, Commissioner?
Thank you so much for the beautiful question. Is mainly created for the purpose of local governance. That is, local government are the third tier of government and they are closest to the locals, that is the community. So in, let's say about last 10 or 15 years ago, the local governments that cater for the responsibility of providing basic social amenities in the local government were disrupted by the insurgency, particularly the Boko Haram insurgents. So almost all the communities in these localities were displaced. Some moved to Maiduguri, the state capital. Others have become refugees in Chad, Cameroon, Niger Republic. So for the local government to be local government on its own, you have to resettle back these communities to take the pieces of their lives from the local communities. That's why when Professor Bana Zulum, the executive governor of Borno, came on board, we are having, out of 27 local governments, 20 of the local governments were residing in Maiduguri. Then he insisted that we have to talk to the military, that there should be a free and fair resettlement of our communities. That is, to have security. There were military officers in the local governments. We have military formations, but there were no civil presence. So he now requested the military to now establish a good working relationship with the civilian on the one part and the military, so that the civilians will go and settle with the military. So, alhamdulillah, with this exercise, the military now accepted the civilians, and we have now returned all the local communities. That is, out of the 27, we are now operating almost all the 27 local governments in their headquarters. Only 2 are now partially operating in the local governments. That is, Guzamala, the Gudumbali headquarters is not accessible for now because of security reasons, but the other components of that local government are still in their localities. Then Malpaturi, Abara local government. The local government headquarters, there are military formations, but there were no civil presence here yet. But still, the locals are within the local government. So we are now achieved a very reasonable point by re-establishing the local communities. That is, we have resettled almost all the riverine communities, agrarian communities, that they have now took the pieces of their lives by engaging in farming, dry season, red fed farming, fishing, all these sort of activities, including businesses. And alhamdulillah, this raising season, we have witnessed a very good bumper harvest by almost producing what we can eat, and even to export to other states. So I still emphasize that the pieces of some pockets of some local, some communities that are yet to resettle, we are especially working on it for the resettlement of these communities. Particularly, only last 2 or 3 weeks ago, we have resettled Gajibo. And Gajibo is an agrarian society. People have started picking the pieces of their lives. We have resettled Logumani. In Damasak, Baga, Warabe, Isge, Hambagda. So all these places, they have now taken the pieces of their lives and they have resettled, and people started.
Okay, it's actually good to hear that, sir. Is there a framework that local government councils rely on to guide all this resettlement process you were talking about?
Yes, local government, they are the key players because they restrict their resources, and with the resources they now go and now assist the local communities in providing basic social amenities. As of now, local government provides potable water for both human and animal consumption, healthcare facilities, rebuild their local government secretariats, they are functioning as local government, and they sit down with their councillors and now enact whatever laws they want to govern their people, so that they will have their traditional rulers in their localities, we have their elected councillors, we have their supervisory councillors, so all of them are now in the local government. They decide on their own. They decide to provide the basic amenities to their local communities.
Okay, so I would also like to know, just briefly, are community leaders adequately involved in the resettlement process?
Yes, you know, something to do with the resettlement. You have to start from the bottom to top approach. You have to involve the traditional rulers. You have to involve the ward councillors. You have to involve the religious leaders, so that they sit and decide on themselves. Then, in the recent resettlement exercise that we are driving, we pocket every settlement into local communities. Especially, we have IDP camps in Mongolo. But when we are resettling, we will take this community from Borno. This is Borno. We take Karamari. This is Karamari. So every local, they know themselves.
I'm sorry, sir. We just have to leave the discussion here for now. I'm afraid we're running out of time. We wish we could continue, but we'll definitely invite you some other time.
Thank you so much.
We've actually been discussing with the Commissioner for Local Government and Emirate Affairs in Borno State, that's talking about Sugun Maimele. Let's move on.